All right, I'm on hole number 5 of the 2020 Winter Major. I'm in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Let's go check out the images and see what hole number 5 has in store for us. All right, I'm fully convinced that if you've got lower developed stuff, you can't be dinking around. You can't be dinking around with this area down here. You end up in trouble down here, and you may not have the recovery clubs to get up and down. You don't have a Nirvana. You don't have a Spitfire. And talking about Spitfire, I've seen a bunch of stuff lately in Facebook and in the social media about sand wedges. One guy's got a level 8 Marlin, a level 5 Spitfire, and I am surprised at how many people go, oh, that Spitfire is garbage unless you get it completely maxed out. It's absolutely a garbage club. And they're telling people, hey, that level 5 Spitfire, that level 4 Spitfire is garbage. You should never bring it out. Are you guys, what is your dealer selling you? When a Spitfire is level 1, it's worth putting in your bag. As soon as it gets that little teeny sliver of backspin at level 2 or level 3, it's the only club that'll ever end up in my bag unless I'm looking for a backspin club. Why? Because people look at that little teeny sliver of backspin on a Spitfire and they go, oh, that club's crap. Great ball guide. Great distance. And I'm not looking at my sand wedge for, hey, what is it going to do to help me get out of this sand up here by the green? I'm looking for what is it going to do to help me get out of the sand that's out here in the middle of the fairway. Distance. I don't pull that sand wedge out. I don't ever want to have to use my sand wedge. And when I do pull it out, I want it to be able to get me up on the green. Spitfire's got great distance, great topspin. And that little teeny bit, here's what normal clubs do. They hit, there's bounce number 1, there's bounce number 2, there's bounce number 3. And so, 3 to 4 backspin is going to woe you up. So you're like here and then you're here, and it's going to woe you up over here. On a Spitfire, the Spitfire hits like this. Okay, it hits way up in the air. So it already is losing so much forward momentum on each successive bounce that a little teeny sliver, a quarter of a bar of backspin on a Spitfire is about 3 or 4 backspin on any other club. And so I'm not sure exactly what people are looking at on the Spitfire, why they're saying the Spitfire is a garbage club. But I actually want all of you that think a Spitfire is a garbage club to keep believing that and don't put it in your bag. Because when I meet you out there on the course and you end up in the sand and you can't get up and down, that means I win and you lose. Because if you bring your Spitfire because you're going, hey man, when I'm up here in this little fairway bunker, or I'm in this bunker right up here by the green, that Spitfire is not any good. I've made just as many shots with my Spitfire from here as you can make with your Malibu. Because up here, wind's not a factor. And if it is, it's very little. And it's very easy to adjust out. In my mind, I want to bring a rough iron and a sand wedge for distance. And on this particular hole, I'm not interested in having to use my rough iron or my sand wedge, so I want to avoid this stuff. And I'm going to hit straight out here. Now, does this shot out here, is this as good? This is probably going to be a long iron shot coming in as something that you could get down here with your short iron. Obviously, it's better to be in your short iron than your long iron. But let's look at angles here. If you're out in this area right here and you're taking this shot into the green, you're either going to have to come over here and bounce off of this little fairway area and bring it around, or you're going to have to get in front of this, which means you're going to need backspin. And if you have lower developed clubs, one of the things that you don't have in your clubs is a lot of backspin. So from over here, you have a nice straight in shot. Any club in your bag, you're going to be able to bring it up through this area, and that's going to be very repeatable. So I think with lower developed clubs where you don't have a lot of options in your clubs, hitting from up here on the tip is not a bad deal. In my upper developed account, I'm actually trying to do a rough bump out here and just bleed out, and I want to end up in this area. This puts me on my short iron. I got a nice shot coming up to the cup. But with my lower developed clubs, I want to get out here into this area, open up this mouth, and give myself whatever club I have in my bag will be able to get this shot done. Ball-wise, that's a dang good question. So to get over into this area, I'm not sure power 3, power 4. I'm gonna take a Titan because I'm not burning power 4 balls on this. What hole are we on? Let's make sure. I am on 5. Just making sure. I was looking at my notes here. Extra mile or a big topper. It's going to be one of those two clubs. And I'm going to take a Titan, the king of balls. Let's start off with the big topper. Let's see how the big topper rolls. Got very limited ball guide with the big topper, so have no idea, but I know that it doesn't matter where you hit on that fairway to the left. As long as you're in the fairway, you got a shot. So I don't think you have to press the limit way up there on the top. But today I'm going to try and press the limit on the top up there because I want to see what's like the, you know, like how much is too much, so that we know, like when we're taking this, like, is that too much? And that looks like it's too much. That looks like I'd end up rolling off on the front. So I'm going to do, there's 3, there's 6. I'm going to do 7 topspin. 3, 5. It's 2.5 per ring. So I'm going to do a ring and a third, somewhere in that neighborhood. A little over. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. And let's see if that 7 topspin was enough or not enough. I'm just trying to roll up there to the front. It looks like that should work. That gives me a little bit of room, a little bit of maneuverability in the front. See how close I am up there? That opens up the mouth very nicely. And a nice straight in shot. I did leave a little bit of room on the table, but I don't think the room that I left on the table is going to put me in a different club. So it looks like, as far as shot going into the cup, that cleared me from this sand, so I don't have to worry about negotiating this, but we'll have to see once I get up there and engage it. My Saturn hits 2.0, 3.0, 3.5 per ring. If it's in max, it's 2.0, mid, 3, minimum 3.5. My notes say to do a 10% wind adjustment. This is the first time on some of these holes with my low level account, so I'm not necessarily, I'm going to do the 10% wind adjustment just so I can see. Let's see how that puts it. And I think I like that angle. It makes it clear from all of the stuff. I'm in max club. I'm not going to get any deeper into my club if I go up. Yeah, I'm not going to put any topspin or backspin on. I'm going to see how it rolls out. I'm going to have to pull back just a little. At max club, it's 2.0 per ring. 10% wind adjustment, that's going to make it 4, 4. There's 4. We're about a quarter of a ring. And that's right back to the red line. Hitting it great to the left. And that was with not outputting anything on it. So it could have taken just a little bit of topspin there, just a little sliver of topspin. Maybe if I got all the way up in there, it is running at such an angle that if I did pick up a little bit more distance, I might have been able to push that red line forward just a little, and I wouldn't have to put any topspin on it at all. But somewhere up in that area, so that was 7 topspin on a big topper. You could probably go 8 and still be in the fairway. If you go much more than that, then you're taking the risk of bleeding off on the front. And even in my upper developed account, you know, if you're shooting down there to the bottom to try and get into your short iron range, the very first time you epic fail, you need to stop doing that shot and take the shot to the left and give yourself a look at it. It doesn't do you any good if you go, yeah, but I got a great shot from down there. Yeah, you have a great shot from down there if you end up in that area. If you don't end up in that area, you don't have a shot. Now you're sunk. That's not a good area. It's not a good shot. It's more important to be consistent than it is to be a hero. Because people are assuming that they can't be a hero from up at the top. you can make that shot up at the top. And there's less risk in getting into that area up at the top. So definitely going up to the top is going to be the way that I'm going to play my lower level account. Good luck. Good luck. Hey. All right, that was hole number 5 of the 2020 Winter Major and Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.